box a lot tonight. I love participation and engagement, so you guys are staying plugged in and tuned in and make sure we're on the same page. I'd love to just put a number 1 over in the chat box. If you know who I am, you kind of, you've seen some of my training videos, maybe some of my Facebook Lives, maybe you've tuned into our blog, who knows, right? Okay, put the number 2 in the comments if you're like, dude, I have no clue who you are. Like all Misty says was I need to get my behind on this training tonight, and I'm hoping I can learn something, right? Okay, maybe something like that. Is there any 2s? I'm just curious. That way I kind of have an understanding of who maybe kind of has seen some of our stuff, who has not. Majority are 1s. Very cool. That means Misty's been doing a great job sharing a lot of our stuff, which is very cool. Thank you, Misty. Very cool. Well, I see a few 2s on there. So here's what I'd love to do. Take the first minute or 2 just to share my story. How many of you are familiar with my story? Say yes or say no. You have no idea my background, my story. I always love to just start there just real quick, just to kind of set the table, I guess, if you will, for tonight's training. So it's not like you're just sitting there like, oh, great, here we go, another social media guy who, is going to teach us something, right? But actually it has some context. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Awesome. Lots of responses. Good to go. I love the engagement. So real quick, here we go. 61 to 2 minutes here real quick. So I was, born and raised Southern California. All I ever wanted to do when I was growing up was play professional baseball. I had the opportunity to play 8 years professionally. Just super honored, and it was just a lifelong dream of mine. A couple of really cool things happened during my 8-year professional baseball career. First, I was introduced to my beautiful wife, Danny. Now we have 4 kiddos, for those who are wondering. So if you guys have kiddos, you guys, I get it, right? 4 kiddos run around, all under the age of 10 and under. So it's crazy around our house all the time. But the second really cool thing that happened to me during my baseball career is I was introduced to network marketing. I got injured, hurt my back, found a product. So a friend of a friend introduced me to a product that really helped my back out. Next thing you know, the next off season, I went to my first hotel meeting, and that was it. We were fired up, excited. So here's the long story short. We spent 4 years in that first company, and I didn't make a single dollar in profit. Now, why do I share that? Anybody else relate to this? Maybe you've been in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. I don't know if you're like me. I was 4 years, right? Between my auto ships and all the swag that I was buying and all the events and all that stuff, 4 years, I didn't make a profit. Some would say, well, Brian, why did you keep doing it? And here's what I want to share with each and every one of you is I knew network marketing worked. Can I get a hand raised in the comments? You guys understand that this works, okay? But we have to, each of us has to understand that we must learn and figure out how to work it, okay? I knew it worked. I struggled for 4 years. Maybe some of you guys can relate to that. Didn't make a single dollar in profit, okay? But I knew that it worked, and you had to figure it out. So after those 4 years, unfortunately, company merged with another company, and we were set to the side. And my wife's like, "I'm done. We've ran off all of our family members and friends." I'm just curious, can any of you guys relate to that? You guys ever go to the family functions and like your family avoids you? Right? You like they like sit on the opposite side of the room because they're like, oh, here he comes, or here she comes. She's gonna try to tell us about that coffee thing she's doing, or oh, that pyramid thing that So yeah, they're gonna try to get us into one of their deals. You guys ever have family members like that? Because that was us. All of our family members, all of our friends, everybody, we walked in the door to family functions, Christmases, Thanksgivings, they all scattered, right? Okay, so if that's ever happened to you, maybe you guys can relate there too. So my wife, after the 4 years, she was basically like, Brian, I'm going to take a break, right? I'm tired of our family members and friends running from us, and I'm going to go take a break for a little while. And I was like, that's cool, honey. You go take a break. You go this way. I literally went this other way. And when I say I went the other way, I literally hopped in the car, and I drove down to Best Buy and I bought myself a laptop, right? Because about 7-8 years ago, there was this really cool thing. A lot of people were getting involved with it. I'm not too sure if any of you have ever heard it. Say yes in the comments. I'm trying to think of the name of it. What's the name of that? Oh, yeah. The Facebook. You guys ever heard of the Facebook? I'm just curious. Any of you ever heard of the Facebook? 7-8 years ago, it started to become a pretty cool thing. And I was like, you know what? I ran off all my family members and friends. I'm going to go buy me a laptop, jump onto this interweb thing that's really cool nowadays, and this cool thing called the Facebook, see if I can meet some new people, right? Dove in the next 2 years, learned attraction marketing and branding myself and all the cool things that I'm going to probably talk about here tonight. After those 2 years, and now I'm six and a half years into my network marketing journey, by the way. You guys following so far? Okay. found another new company. It was just launching. I know you guys are fairly new, a little over a year old now, so you know, in that startup stage, so I totally get it. We found a new company, our second company, startup, with you know, some of the first folks in, exciting times like you guys have been a part of. And everybody in the company wanted to do home meetings and three-way calls, okay? Nothing against home meetings and three-way calls, but I had already done that for 4 years and I failed miserably. I was like, I'm gonna dive onto this social media thing. And so long story short, over the course of the next 6 months, my wife and I quickly climbed to be the number 4 earners in that company. And that company was around for about 3 years, okay? Unfortunately, after 3 years, that company merged with another company. But we did some really cool things there. You know, we were fortunate enough to speak on stage twice to teach the entire distributor base how to use social media. We were the only ones using social media at that time. Everyone else saw the success around us, wanted to learn how. Unfortunately, the company merged with another. At that moment in time, we decided, okay, based on the phone calls, emails, messages we were getting, that maybe there was a bigger calling for us personally. We did some great things in network marketing, had lots of success. And incorporated the use of social media, doing it the right way, right? Not spammy, not salesy. But I was getting messages, phone calls, texts from people all around the world, all different companies saying, Brian, can you teach me what you just did? More importantly, can you help teach my team? And it was at that moment in time, about 3.5 years ago, we decided to transition. So for those who don't know me or anything like that, I'm not involved in any company. Haven't been for 3.5 years. I'm strictly generic, right? Okay, I just always like to throw that out there so there's no alternative agenda or anything like that. Make sure we're all on the same page. I'm super transparent. And it's been an honor, blessing to serve the entire profession the last 3.5 years and help impact tens and tens of thousands of folks. So I always like to share my story to start. Can any of you guys relate to that? Was that cool? Kind of the quick version, kind of help you guys to understand my story, my journey, 12 plus years now inside the network marketing space. And here's what I have to say about you guys, your products, and your company just real quick before I dive in. Exciting times. Yes. Can I get a raised hands? You guys are a little over a year. I think you cracked a little over a year now. I know the numbers you guys as a company have done. It's insane. It's ridiculous. Currently working with a few other folks in your guys' company, which is great. And here's what I want you to understand. These next 12, 24 months, I'm speaking specifically to you guys, Team Elite, listen closely. The next 12 to 24 months is crucial for you guys. Right? Okay. Each of you have goals. Each of you have dreams. You have aspirations. You want to accomplish all these things. And I'm sitting here transparently to tell you, you're going to need to sacrifice the next 12, 24, maybe 36 months. And your guys' life can look completely different, right? Based upon the position and the timing that each of you have right here, right now. Okay, can I get an amen in the comment section if you guys are fired up about your future, about the position that each and every one of you have? Whether you just joined today at the time of this recording, whether you've been in a couple months, 6 months, a little over a year now, doesn't matter. Right here, right now, you have the decision to make. Okay, I'm super fired up and excited for where you guys are at. Some are going to take this thing by the horns and run with it. Right? And each of you have that opportunity. It's time to get serious. Time to talk to your spouse, talk to your kids, make some sacrifices over the course of the next 6, 12, 24 months. Let's go get this thing done. Can I get a heck yeah in the comments? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's do this thing. So without further ado, tonight I'm going to talk about what I call the C3 training. Okay, C3, my C3 formula. It stands for curiosity, connect, and close. Okay? If you have never seen any of my trainings or videos before, you guys probably know by now that I'm not a big fan of mentioning company name and products all over the place, right? That's just my style of teaching, what I teach, what I preach, what I recommend. You know, I'm a recovering spammer just like all you guys. I used to spam the heck out of my friends when I started too. Right, that lasted for a couple of months, and then everybody ran from me after that. So if you're a recovering spammer, say me in the comments. Right, it's okay. Today, each of you have the decision to do better and to be better on social media. So what is the C3 formula? Basically, it's a simplified way to recruit more people into your business. Anybody ready to recruit some more folks, customers, business builders? I mean, if you said no, you might be on the wrong hangout right here. Right? Okay. So C3 stands for curiosity, connect, and close. So I'm going to break this down into 3 different sections. Let's first start with curiosity. Okay, you guys all aware or cognizant of of making curiosity posts? Or are you guys currently doing that now? Is this something new to you? I'd love your guys' feedback in the chat box. I'm a huge fan of making curiosity posts. Okay, we're talking everything tonight on your personal profile. I believe each and every one of you should be leveraging your personal profile. Awesome, Misty. You guys teach curiosity posts. Perfect. Okay. Here's my simple formula. I'm not too sure exactly what you guys use, but you guys can kind of take what you're using and take what I'm saying and kind of gel the two together, and whatever works best for you. But I'm a big fan of about maybe 2 to 3 posts per day on Facebook. Okay, regular 2 to 3 posts per day on Facebook. And curiosity posts should be about 1 out of every 6. That's what we teach our clients. That's what we suggest. So if you're just looking at the bigger, the grand scheme of things here, I suggest about a curiosity post every other day, right? See how that works? Let's say you make 3 posts a day, 1 out of every 6 posts. Does that make sense? Does that help some of you guys kind of have a strategy and a plan going into your content and your post? All right. So I want to break down curiosity post in the way we see it, okay? To me, there should be three parts to a curiosity post. Number 1, there should always be some sort of gratitude or appreciation shown. Whether it's your testimonial, someone else's story, who knows, whatever, however you're going to come up with your curiosity post, I believe there should always be some sort of gratitude expressed. Okay, let me ask you guys a question over in the chat box. Love your guys' feedback. Are you more attracted and drawn to someone who's egotistical and is all about themselves and is always showing off this and this and this? Or are you more attracted to someone who's humble, reserved, shares appreciation, expresses gratitude? I'm just kind of curious. Like, what is more attractive to you guys? You're on social media, right? We probably all have a few friends who are, oh, look at me, it's all about me, my business, my cars, my mansions, my millions of dollars, whatever, right? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can kind of tell. Yeah, humble for sure. You guys want to see something cool real quick? I'm gonna do something funny. You guys want to see something cool? Humble. You guys are all saying humble in the chat box. I'm gonna turn my camera around. I'm gonna literally show you guys. Check out what's on my wall. Over there. What does that say? Can you guys see that? Is it backwards? It might be backwards for you guys. What does it say? Type it in the chat box if you see it. What's it say? What's it say? Yeah. Yeah. You see, I'm sitting here looking at that as I'm doing my training, as I'm sitting here at my desk every day. It's right there over my computer, right? Be humble. People on social media are going to be 10 times more attracted to someone who is humble, reserved, appreciative, serving, giving, loving, right? Okay. So step number 1 is gratitude. Step number 2 in a curiosity post, you have to address a problem. A problem of, let's say, your potential customer. A problem, if it's a business curiosity post instead, a problem of your potential new business builder. Here's a quick bonus tip, okay? Please, please, please focus on one problem, okay? What I see too often today after mentoring some of the best in the space, right, okay, is you get these curiosity posts, for example, and they'll be like, hey there, friend, do you struggle with laziness, dizziness, groggy in the morning, 2 p.m. crash, they list like 47 different things. Have you guys seen these, right? Maybe you're even guilty. I know I used to be guilty too. It's okay, right? But hey, do you struggle with this? And it's just like, oh my, hey, please don't do that. Please don't do that. That's basically in the eyes of your reader, your potential customer, that's saying, wait for it. I'm about to sell you something, right? You don't read those posts. Why do you think your friends read those posts? They don't. Focus on one problem per curiosity post. If you're going to focus on the 2 p.m. crash and how your guys' amazing coffee might be able to help, great. Okay? Focus on the 2 p.m. crash. Okay? Is that helpful? So you've got gratitude, you've got a problem, and then the third part is I love to incorporate the benefit. Okay, we're not saying the name of your company. We're not saying the name of your coffee, or I know you guys is like, happy coffee is kind of like the key slogan or whatever, but I would even almost do your best. You can mix that in once in a while, sure, but I would almost try to refrain from saying happy coffee all the time. Make sense? Because you're telling your audience what it is. The idea is to create curiosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, so thankful for my new 2 p.m. drink. Just drink. Now they don't know what it is. But if you say coffee, now they know. Make sense? You just have a light bulb moment, say light bulb in the comments. Okay? Now, listen, we've got tons of clients in your guys' company. It's all good. I'm okay with happy coffee here and there. That's fine if you want to mix that in. But I've seen it so many times. It's kind of like you just told them what it is. Like, you just told them, drink coffee for your 2 p.m. crash. Like, now they know what it is. Now they don't really need to reach out to you. Now they can just make a decision without even reaching out to you saying, do I want to drink coffee at 2 p.m. or not? But if you disguise it a little bit better, right? Now they don't know it's coffee. They just know it's going to help them get over that 2 p.m. crash, or it's going to help them, be more productive in the morning, right? Because there's another problem. Waking up and not feeling productive. Can't get their day started. Takes them an hour or two to get their day started, right? I think your happy coffee could help. Would you guys agree? Yes. Right? But that's a pain point. That's a problem. Okay? So you've got gratitude. Tisha says light bulb. Lauren says light bulb. Sherry, Mindy, Amanda, all light bulb moments. Love it. Okay? So gratitude, problem, benefit. Okay? This is so important. So important. I personally believe, okay, that in network marketing today on social media, I apologize in advance if I'm a little biased, but this is just what I see, right? Network marketers are too focused on our products and business and not as focused as our potential readers' problems and pain points. Make sense? You see, write this down if you're taking notes, okay? Everything you post, you almost have to look at it through the lens of your potential reader. If you're doing live videos, you have to look at your content through the lens of your potential video viewer. You guys following me? You'll hear me say often, put yourself in your reader's shoes. You're going to type out your next post. Put yourself in your reader's, your Facebook friend's shoes and read your post. Does it make you curious? Does it immediately scream red flag? Uh-oh, they're trying to sell me something again, right? This is the best way to get better at social media marketing, at attraction marketing, at curiosity post. Okay? I'm just curious. You guys have any examples of good curiosity posts? I'd love to see if you've got something that's short and sweet, put it in the chat box. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving along, but if you've got a good one you've used recently or something you'd like to share, I'd love to see your examples in the chat box, and I can even look at them real quick as we're doing tonight's training and give you some insights on what I think about them, if that would be helpful. Okay, I mean, it really doesn't have to be super elaborate. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple more bonus tips, not even in my notes, but I wanna just share a couple other things. Okay, a curiosity post first and foremost can have a picture, but it doesn't have to have a picture. Okay? A curiosity post could be 1 or 2 sentences, or a curiosity post could be maybe a long-tailed story. Either or is fine. Both are great. See what your audience responds to most. Make sense? Say yes in the comments. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's just a simple type of a post, right? You're going to Facebook. You're like, okay, I got to come up with a curiosity post. And you might put something like, gosh, my mornings used to have me feeling tired and just groggy. So thankful Misty shared this little secret that's helped put a pep in her step. Right? Simple. I just came up with that one on the fly. Right? Who's that going to attract, first of all? What was the pain point? What was the problem? Waking up feeling tired and groggy. Pain point and problem. You see, that's going to target and attract your friends, your followers who also wake up feeling tired and groggy every single day. You said something simple, like thankful, my good friend Misty shared with me her little secret, right? Okay, I'm buzzing like a bee, right? I'm just making all this up, but you see, that's fun. That's curiosity driven. One of your friends who's waking up feeling tired every single day, right? Dragging, sees your post, they're gonna be like, wonder what Brian's doing. Wonder what Misty shared with him. Maybe I ought to reach out. Maybe I ought to comment. See how simple this can be? Okay. One more quick point when it comes to curiosity posts, and here's what I want you guys to understand. This is the biggest bullet point I want to drive home for curiosity posts. The purpose of a curiosity post is not to make a sale from the post, on the post. The goal of a curiosity post is just to get someone to raise their hand, saying, I'd like to know more. Please tell me what you're using. Or business curiosity posts, please tell me more about what you have found. Okay, I'm looking at a couple of, this is good stuff. I'm looking at some of the posts in the comment section. Okay, so I'm looking at a few of these. Okay, great ones from Lori and Erica and Martina. Okay, here's a couple of tips for all three of you. Okay, and this is another little ninja tip, right? Coach Fryer's always got some ninja tips, right? Okay, if you really want to grab your reader's attention, start your first 3, 4, 5, 6 words. Start with the problem. Start with the problem. Would you guys agree that your friends are sitting there scrolling the newsfeed, and if you don't catch their attention in a split second with a problem in the first couple of words, guess what? You think they're going to keep scrolling? Okay, so let me give you, so Lori, here's a great one, right? Okay, so you see Lori's example. She says, I love all I do is drink this stuff, and it gives me the energy to get through my busy day of shopping. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. You see how she started with herself. Okay, so is a reader more likely to stop and read this because they can relate to it? Or are they more likely to scroll on a post like this? Okay, I would flip the script, Lori. It's great. I just wouldn't put that first. Is this making sense for you guys? Problem first. That needs to be jumping off the newsfeed at your friend, at your follower, that they're like, oh my gosh, I suffer with that too. I struggle with that also. Then they're gonna keep reading. If the post starts off with, oh, I love my drink, oh, my happy coffee is the best, they're gonna keep scrolling. I'm just telling you, this is what's going on in 2019 on social media. Okay, is that helpful? Say yes, let me know in the comments. Okay, Erica, I'm looking at yours. Instead of, I got through working a 12-hour shift, right? Okay, I put yourself in the shoes of the reader. Right? For those of you who are nurses, you can totally understand working 12-hour shifts. They absolutely kick our butts. See how I started that post? I included my potential nurse readers. Are they more inclined to read now? What do you guys think? Isn't that powerful? Okay, good stuff. I'm reading the comments. Good stuff, good stuff. Lots of yeses, okay? Cool. Is that helpful? I also, just so you guys know, towards the end of this training, I'd love to stick around a little bit extra if that's cool with Misty, and do a little Q&A with you guys if that's cool. If you guys have some questions regarding some stuff, okay? Sound good? So that sums up curiosity. Let's keep moving along for the sake of time, okay? Let's keep moving. So curiosity is step number 1, okay? This is where the magic comes in, okay? You guys are aware of curiosity posts. Now I'm going to teach you how to take these curiosity posts and turn them into new customers and new business partners. Okay, this is probably the most powerful part of the training. So listen closely. Take some good notes. You guys ready? Okay. So step 1, curiosity. Step 2, connect. After you create a curiosity post, I suggest take that thing to Messenger as fast as possible. If you're someone who likes to get on the phone, take them to the phone. If you're someone who likes to work via text message, take them to a text message. If this potential prospect is local to you, meet them for coffee. Okay? You guys see what I just did there? Create a curiosity post and then point them to your strength. Your strength. If you're terrible on the phone like I used to be, like you're scared. I'm an introvert at heart. You guys probably don't believe me, but I truly am, right? Okay, scared as heck to get on the phone with the prospect. Hi there. You want to buy my product? No, I'm terrible, right? Terrible. But I could crush Messenger. Anybody else just crush Messenger? Okay, so Messenger was my strength. So I created curiosity and I pointed my prospect to my strength. So if you're better on the phone, get them on the phone. If you're better via text message, get them on text. If you're better in Messenger, get them on Messenger. If they're local and you want to meet them for coffee and you haven't seen them since high school and you want to get together, meet them for coffee, right? Okay, point them to your strength. Okay, so a quick question. Would you guys agree that our profession is based and built upon relationships? Would you guys agree with that statement? Yes? Honey says she's awkward in person. Yep. I totally get it. I get it, right? Okay. I personally believe that relationships are the foundation of building a long-term, meaningful, sustainable business inside of network marketing, right? Okay. So here's the scenario. I'm about to reveal to you my three questions that are going to help you probably enroll 10 times more customers, 10 times more business builders. Is that cool? Like 3 qualifying questions. You can write Coach Fryer's 3 qualifying questions. You've created curiosity. Now you've got them in Messenger. I'm just curious, what typically happens in Messenger? You create curiosity, now you get them in Messenger. What do network marketers typically do now at this point? Right, Kay? Amber's super attentive. Amber, I'm going to use you as an example, right, Kay? I make a curiosity post, right? Okay, Amber's like, oh my gosh, Coach, tell me more. What are you using? What are you taking? Right, Kay? I'm like, hey, Amber, yeah, love to share more. I'll shoot you a message, or hey, feel free to shoot me a message, whatever, right? Okay. We get into Messenger. Amber's like, hey, Brian. And I'm like, Amber, oh my gosh. Girl, check this out. Listen, thanks so much for viewing my post. Listen, you gotta try this Happy Coffee. It's amazing. It's ridiculous. I'm sleeping better at night. I've got so much energy throughout the day. I'm chasing my 2 kiddos around like crazy. Even my husband wants to try this stuff. Now, oh yeah, by the way, did I tell you that we can make some money with this stuff? I just got my bonus check last month. It's amazing. It's not a pyramid thing, I promise you. It's all the people say it's one of those things, but it's definitely not. I promise you. This is really cool. I would never do anything illegal or pyramids, but this coffee is amazing. By the way, did I tell you you can make some money with this thing? What do you say? Let's get you signed up. Here's the link. It's only $800,000 to start. Let's just do this thing. Let's do it together. We're best friends. We've known each other since high school. Let's just do this now. Fail. Isn't this what most network marketers do? Amber, tell me to my face. Say, Coach, you blew it. You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it. Amber, I say you blew it. Coach, you had my curiosity peaked over here, and then you just word vomited. Anybody else guilty of word vomiting? I did that many a times in my early days. Okay? Here's what I want you all to understand. Word vomiting decreases your chances dramatically of getting that sign up. I'm just telling you. Write this down. The top recruiters inside of network marketing that I've seen over the last 12 years, here's what they do really well. The top recruiters, they ask questions and they listen to their prospects. They ask questions and they listen. This isn't about you. This isn't about your product. This isn't about your opportunity. This is about the pain point and problem of your prospect. The sooner you can grasp that concept, the more signups you're going to get. You guys ever heard the phrase, we're professional problem solvers? That's what network marketers are. That doesn't mean you go spew your solution, right? Your products, your business all over your prospect. You ask them questions and then see if they'd be open to learning more about what it is you have. I'm going to share that formula here in just a moment, right? Okay. So for the sake of examples, right? I make a curiosity post about how I'm just gonna make something up, right? Okay, let's say that the coffee that I used to drink used to give me a tummy ache. All right, this is just probably totally real, transparent, this is probably happening out there. Would you guys agree? People are out there drinking their Folgers and their whatever else, right? Okay, it's been filled with pesticides and all that other junk, right? Okay, so let's just say I made a curiosity post about, so happy, to no longer have to deal with, a grumbling tummy after I have my morning coffee, right? So thankful to have found something that's now working for me, gives me whatever, right? Okay. Amber comments, oh my gosh, I also struggle with that. I've had to cut back on coffee because of that, but oh my gosh, I love coffee so much. Okay. Tell me what it is you're using, Brian. Amber, feel free to shoot me a message. Let's chat, okay? Here's how I would respond. I told you how not to respond. Now let me tell you exactly what to say. Here's how I'm going to start this. Amber, hey, what's happening? Hey, so great to hear from you. Listen, I can't wait to share more, Amber, about what it is I have found. But before I do that, how you been? How are you? How's the family? How's the kids? Hey, Amber, so you guys went on a family trip last week, right, to Disney World. How was that? Right, looked like a lot of fun. I'm thinking about taking my kiddos there next year. You guys see what I did here? I made this about genuine dialogue, friendship, connection first. I already know she's interested. But did you see what I did in the beginning? Hey, Amber, so great to hear from you. Listen, I can't wait to share more about what it is I have found. Right? That's the hook. She's not going anywhere now. I'm telling her, hey, I'm excited to share with you what it is I found. But before I do, how you been? Okay? You don't need to take 30 minutes to have small talk. That's not what I'm saying. But how long did that take? 2 minutes? 3 minutes, Amber, right? Simple. It's reestablishing that increased level of trust. It's reestablishing that trust. Maybe I haven't talked to Amber for a few weeks, maybe a few months. Some of your friends, a few years. Reestablish that connection. It only takes a minute or two of your time. Okay? Now, let's dive into these 3 questions. Write these down. Okay? So let's say Amber was also dealing with let's just call it a rumbling tummy, for example, right? Okay, with this old, pesticide-filled coffee. Right? Okay. So now I'm going to transition. Right? Okay. Awesome, Amber. Love all the stuff about Disney World. Can't wait to take my family. Now, as promised, I did say that I would share a little bit more, but I've just got a couple of quick questions for you. Okay, Amber, I'm just curious. What kind of coffee are you currently drinking right now? That's question number 1. Well, coach, I like Folgers. My mom drank Folgers, and it's always on the store shelf when I go, and I just throw it in the cart, and it's just easy. But you know what? It's just it's not working. It's making me sick to my stomach every day, and I think I need to find something different. Right? Okay. Gotcha, Amber. Appreciate that. I'm just curious. Question number 2: what seems to be the biggest problem with your current brand of coffee? What seems to be the biggest problem with the brand you're currently using? I know I shared a little bit about that in the last one, right? Okay. Well, coach, every cup of coffee I have, it almost just kind of makes me sick to my stomach. But here's the thing is I love the taste of coffee. I got to have coffee. This brand it's just not doing it for me anymore. And it seems like you found something that's working. You guys get the first 2 questions? Question 1, for those who maybe didn't get that, okay, what are you currently, for this example, what are you currently drinking right now? What coffee are you currently drinking right now? Something like that. Feel free to kind of put your own spin on it. That's question 1. Question 2, what seems to be the biggest problem with the brand you're currently drinking? Okay, for those that don't know, I was a psychology major. Okay, I got my degree in psychology, and so I really, really understand sales psychology. Do any of you understand what it is I've just done? By asking just these 2 simple questions, I know what they drink, and I know why they don't want to drink it anymore. You see, I'm walking my prospect down the sales cycle process of elimination. After those first 2 questions, guess what? I haven't even said the name of my company or the type of coffee I'm drinking, but I'm already walking them down the path to believe that my coffee or whatever it is I have is going to be the solution to their problem. You guys see this? You guys see sales psychology? All I'm doing is asking a couple of simple questions. Okay, you guys ready for the 3rd question? Before I give you the 3rd question, okay, how many of you have ever experienced someone giving you the objection because of the cost? Anybody is, oh, that's too expensive for me. Oh, I can't spend that much money on coffee, or I would never pay that much money to join a business, right? Anybody ever dealt with the cost objection? I'm going to tell you right now exactly how to get rid of that. Okay, this happens in the 3rd question that you ask. The 3rd question is this. Okay, I might say something like, Amber, just curious, last question, I promise. I'm just curious, how much do you typically spend each and every month on that particular brand? We're talking about coffee for this example, right? Just curious, how much do you typically spend each month on Folgers? You see, now I know all the information I need. She told me what she drinks. She told me why it's not working for her anymore, and I know how much she's used to spending. Okay? Now, I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. If your prospect is used to spending $10 a month on coffee, right? I don't know what's the updated cost of your guys. If I wanted a month's supply, what is it? 50 or 60 bucks maybe? I can't recall. Probably in that ballpark, right? Okay. I'm not here to burst your bubble, but if your prospect tells you that they only spend $8 to $10 a month on coffee, it's probably not your ideal prospect. I'm just telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there for the next hour trying to convince them why they need to spend 5 times the amount that they're currently spending on your coffee because it's better. They're not going to be able to justify it. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, 68, whatever, okay? But if your ideal prospect is somebody like me, and I go over to this local, this is what I do. I love, there's a local coffee shop here, and I go get some organic, fair trade, pre-ground packages, right? I think someone got unmuted. I don't know if you can see that, Misty, or who that was, but maybe Lisa Garvey, maybe. Right? So if I'm your potential prospect, I mean, I spend anywhere from probably $60 to $80 a month on coffee. I do personally. So would I probably be, an ideal prospect? If I told you, well, yeah, I've spent about $60 to $80 a month on coffee. You hear sirens going off in your mind now, right? Okay, it just makes sense. Perfect prospect. Okay, those 3 questions helpful? Good stuff? Okay, stop talking so much. Start asking better questions. Not everybody's going to say yes, and that's fine. Okay? Now, who's ready for the close? You guys ready for the close? You've created curiosity. You got them in conversation. You asked the 3 questions. Now you're ready to transition. Okay? I call this the bridge. Okay? I call this the bridge. Here's your closing statement. Here's how you take them from interested and thinking about buying your products to going down the next path. You ready? Okay, so I might say something like, Amber, listen, appreciate everything you shared. Now, based on what you just told me about struggling with, getting a tummy ache or whatever from your current coffee brand, I may or may not have something that might work for you. I may or may not have a potential solution. Are you open, Amber, to learning a little bit more about what it is I have found? If not, no worries. Okay, I know that was a lot. I'm going to say it again. Okay, so I would say something along, here's the framework. Here's the framework based upon what you just shared, and then you insert their problem. What did they say? Maybe it's a business post. Maybe they told you that they're struggling. They're thinking about going to get a second and a third job, right? But they're scared to because they're going to lose spending time with their kiddos or something, right? Based upon what you shared about considering going to get a second or third job, I may or may not have something that might be a potential solution for you. Are you open to learning more about what it is I've found? If not, no worries. Totally cool. You see, the formula is the same based upon what you just shared. Then you insert the problem that they said. You see how important it is to ask those questions in the connect phase now? You guys understand that? Because now I know exactly what they're struggling with. So when I say their problem, again, in this last statement, I'm reigniting that pain point. Amber, based upon what you just shared, right? About having $20,000 in school loan debt and not too sure how you're going to pay it off, I may or may not know of something that might be able to help you pay it off a little faster. Are you open to learning a little bit more about what it is I've found? If not, totally cool. You see how I'm just inserting whatever pain point and problem your prospect has? Does this make sense, guys, in the comments? Okay? Very simple. Now, this whole process doesn't need to take forever. Do you guys see how simple this is? Curiosity posts, connect with 3 questions, my transitional statement to close. At this point, they're either ready or they're not. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff? Real quick, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not helpful at all, 10 being pretty dang helpful. How would you rate this training? Was this helpful? Did I give you guys some wisdom and nuggets to Misty and I talked about this. I think there's a lot of fluff out there nowadays. Like, I wanted you guys to take something tangible from today's training, and right after we're done, you can go implement this right away. I'm pleased to hear you guys are already doing curiosity posts and you guys are already kind of familiar with that. Now you know for sure that you're doing the right thing. Curiosity posts about 1 out of every 6. Now you know how to take that curiosity, that person who's raising their hand, that prospect, and take them into Messenger, phone call, whatever. What 3 questions to ask, and then how to transition them to the close. But do you see all these numbers over here, Missy? 10s, 11s, 20s. This is good. This is good. This is good. Awesome. Second question. If you guys could get access to more training just like this, would it be helpful? I'm just curious. Love your guys' thoughts. If this was, I was only, for the sake of time, I know we're at about 45 minutes or so. I want to be sure to jump to Q&A here in a sec. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good stuff. Cool. Lots of yeses. Yeah. I even got all caps yeses. Very cool. Well, with your guys' leadership's blessing, they're super excited and to have me share a little bit about our Social Impactor Society. I'm just curious, have you guys ever heard of our program, Social Impactor Society? Yes or yes in the comments? I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. Thousands have come through our program. It's a simple formula blueprint to take you from 0 to 6 figures a year using social media in your business. Everything from branding yourself to recruiting, marketing, prospecting, team duplication, closing, all that cool stuff. Complimentary Facebook group that comes with it. I think there's 800 or so folks in there now, but wanted to extend the invitation to each and every one of you guys to come test it out, okay? For the sake of transparency, I'd like to share exactly all the details just real quick, then we're gonna jump to Q&A. Typically, our program is $39 a month, so it's a little over $1 a day. Right now, you guys can test it out for just $1 for 10 days. If that's something you guys are open to, come check it out. I know there's many other folks inside your company who are in there. Heaven forbid you don't like it, cancel. Refund your $1, no harm, no foul. I think it'd be a great opportunity for you guys to come in there and get some more one-on-one mentorship with me, some more training if tonight was helpful for you guys, okay? If you have any other questions about that stuff, I can answer those at the end. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that, but I'll give you guys a link real quick for those who want to go get started right now. CoachFryer.com/trial, right? Maybe Missy, you guys can type that in the chat box for your folks. And if you guys have any questions on that, let me know. Other than that, I'd love to jump to Q&A with you guys. If you have any questions regarding tonight's training, take the next 5, 8, 10 minutes or so and let you guys get on out of here. If there's anything else that I can help answer while we are here. Again,
what was that website again? It was coachfryer.com/trial,
TRIAL. Yes. And for the sake of transparency, like I said, it's $39 a month normally. Okay, it's a $1 trial for 10 days right now. If you don't cancel, yes, it will roll over to $39. You don't have to do anything. If you don't like it, cancel it. See you later. Right? It's all good. But I think if you really want to use social media to grow your business and take this thing to the next level, get some more in-depth training just like this, I think it'd be pretty powerful for you guys. No contract, cancel anytime. Really simple. Awesome. Yeah, Misty got it in there for you guys. So let me know in the comments. For those of you who take that next step and join us, just say, Coach Fryer, I'm in. But other than that, love to answer any questions you guys have. Jump over in the chat box. I'm going to mute myself for a minute, Misty, and allow maybe some questions to come in and maybe some feedback, what have you.
Guys, don't be shy. Type in a question below or simply unmute yourself and speak out. He is going to answer anything, so make sure you ask. Just speak up.
You got Coach Fryer on the podium. What are you struggling with? What's got you stuck? What's got you hung up right now in your business? Social media, what have you? What do you got? Let's hear it. You guys got me for a few minutes. What can I share with you?
This is Erica. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi. So my biggest struggle has to do with reaching people on the messenger that you just became friends with. There's really no relationship. And I really believe there's kind of a whole process of building that. And you had mentioned a few steps there, but I can really talk to you in person. I'm kind of the old-fashioned belly to belly. I can talk to anybody. But when it comes to messenger, I tend to freeze. Truthfully, that is my biggest issue, is where do you begin to have that dialogue from the beginning? Oh, I love your posting. Okay, whatever. And I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking to people continuously on Messenger and chasing people as you see them on Messenger, because I find that to be Messenger kind of overwhelming because you have a bunch of stuff coming at your face. I don't know about you, but I know you're smiling. But that's how I feel. It's
Yeah,
this bombardment of
I
bunch
get
of
it.
people, a lot of conversation, a lot of noise. And how do you get through the noise? Secondly, is how can you connect with these people that you just connected with? And what is that process?
Yeah, great questions, Erica. Good stuff. Good stuff, by the way, and elaborate answers. So it sounds like you'd like to build offline, preferably. You don't mind social media, but there's a few obstacles I think we can help you through. First and foremost, I would say this is when it comes to social media, Messenger, for example, I need you to work on having a little bit more of a long-term mindset, right? Okay, I think in today's world, we want to jump in Messenger, we want to get things done, get them in our business, get them using our products, and then be done, right? Cashing out. But here's a couple of simple tips. Okay, inside the network marketing space, the numbers have always said that it's going to take. Everybody has different numbers, so here's mine: is 11 to 13 exposures before a prospect makes a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think we've all heard that jargon. Here's my rendition of that. Okay, on social media, it's going to take your potential customer, your potential business builder, 11 to 13 might be quick conversations. It could be 11 to 13 exposures in terms of posts that they see, curiosity posts that you make, right? That could be over the course of 2, 3, 4, 5 months for some folks, right? Before they start to feel like they know you better and trust you more. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I want to share just briefly, and hopefully this is helpful. Is with what we teach, Erica. I'm a huge fan. I'll share this with everybody. I'm a huge fan, and I believe that each and every one of you could reach out and initiate and talk to 10 new people per day. This is what we teach our clients. I don't see why you couldn't do that, right? Okay. And I'm talking short, sweet, to the point conversations. Not talking about products. Not talking about business.
Okay.
These are 2, 3, 4 minute conversations max. Just looking to connect. You see, if you guys are learning curiosity post already, you're probably learning some attraction marketing as well. So I see 10 new conversations per day as kind of filling the front end of your pipeline, right? Does that make sense? Okay. And over time, you're building more trust, you're building more resourcefulness in the stuff you're sharing. You're going to start to have more and more folks reach out to you. I totally get it. I also don't want to spend every day, all day in Messenger. But I'm here to tell you that if you'll sacrifice, Erica, for a season, the next 12, 24, 36 months, things can look completely different. That's my simple thought. Is that helpful?
Yes. Thank you.
Great question. I'm going to address the next one real quick. I don't know if someone's going to unmute, but signing up new promoters. Anybody struggling with that? Okay, signing up new promoters. Honey says, having new people see my posts and people only try it for a month or two and quit. My perspective might be a little different than most, okay? But again, I'm not here to say Coach Fryer's way is the only way. I want you to understand there's lots of different ways to build this business, right? Okay? The information I'm sharing with you here tonight, I want you to take the bits and pieces that you like, that apply to you, that are going to work for you in conjunction with Misty and your other incredible leadership are teaching you, right? Make sense? And pick out the pieces that work for you and insert them into what you're already doing, right? Okay? But here's my simple thoughts. If I was currently building a network marketing business today, okay, here's what I know for sure, okay? All my friends and followers aren't logging on to Facebook every day looking to start a new business. Would you guys agree with me? Okay, that doesn't mean you shouldn't make business curiosity posts. I definitely think you can weave them in. But if I'm building a business today with a product like what you guys have, something amazing, right? Okay. I'm all, and this is what Danny and I did in our previous company where we became the number 4 earners. I focused on social media. I focused on customer acquisition. 700 plus some customers in 3 years wasn't too bad. Okay, you guys mind if I share my numbers real quick? Is that okay for the sake of transparency? About 700 customers in 3 years, okay? I turned 100 of those into builders. Okay, listen closely. 100 of them turned into builders. 30 of them actually did something. And of those 30, okay, seven built some decent businesses. And of those 7, 3 were rock stars. You see, I get the goosebumps sharing this because this is just so powerful for you guys to understand. And this is in reference to Honey's question, right? That she signed up 2 people and they quit, right? That's the nature of the business, guys. That's part of the deal. Unfortunately, it is. You're gonna sign up someone and you're gonna think that they're gonna go rock this thing out. And guess what? They ain't gonna do diddly squat. And then you're gonna go sign up this customer from across the nation who lives in this teeny tiny town of 100 people, and you're like, that person will never do anything, and they're gonna end up being great. Don't prejudge them, right? Now, I'm gonna preface this quick disclaimer and then get to 1 or 2 more questions before we finish up, okay? That doesn't mean, so I wanna make a disclaimer, that doesn't mean that Coach Fryer is saying don't go out and look for business builders. I want you to do that. I'm not saying don't have business conversations. I want you to do that. I'm just saying if I was building a business, the majority of my focus would be in acquiring customers like crazy. Why? Because I personally feel upgrading customers that have a strong testimonial, love the product, or already maybe naturally sharing it with other people, that's a good business promoter candidate. Would you guys agree? Versus just a cold prospect who's going to pay $200-300 now to join a business and could care less about the product. They just want to make money. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Those are the people that are going to come and go. I want you guys to build this thing long-lasting, sustainable, growing every month. That's called residual income. Isn't that whether it's $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $50,000 a month, whatever it is you're going for? Can I get an amen in the comments? Okay, a little transparency from Coach Fryer. Maybe one more quick question. We'll let you guys go. Let's see. Anything that jump out to you, Misty, or should I can just scroll here and see if I can find another one?
Yeah, just scroll. There was several up there. I don't think anybody's going to unmute.
All good. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to see if I can find one more to answer real quick. Let you guys go. I'm a little bit over my time. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. You guys are everybody's still here. The same numbers as when we started. That's a good thing, right? Let's see. Okay, good. Courtney. She says, I feel like my audience already knows what I do. Anybody else? Hands raised. Coach, I've been in this for a year and I've been posting all about, the company name and this Happy Coffee, and everybody already knows what I do. Anybody else suffer with that? This is a really good question, by the way. Okay, I think you guys are going to like my answer. Maybe some of you won't like my answer. But here's the thing. Let me ask each of you a question. Do you remember what you posted 2 or 3 days ago, let alone 7 days, 14 days, 21 days ago? Probably not. Guess what? Your friends probably don't even remember what you freaking posted this morning. I'm just being transparent with you guys. So how does that help Courtney, right? How does that help you guys? Okay? Here's what I want to basically say. No matter how bad of a spammer you feel you've been up until tonight's training or when you're watching the recording, today you have the opportunity to make a decision to do better and be better on social media. You can start creating curiosity now. Okay? I'm not saying you're going to get results right away, but I promise you over the course of the next week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, your friends are going to forget. You might even have some people reach out to you and say, hey, are you still doing that coffee thing? Because I haven't seen you post about it in a while. That's a good message. That tells you I'm getting better at marketing. You guys getting this? Okay? So don't worry about it, Courtney. All right? Don't even worry about going back to your profile and deleting all your other posts. Forget that. Spend your time moving forward. Who cares about all that stuff? Okay? Is that helpful? Lots of amens in the comments. Well, just a quick shout out, Misty. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to come in here and share some wisdom with your team. I hope and pray you guys got some value from tonight, and grateful for just the amazing turnout. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. This was great. And if you guys will actually, I hope you all took notes, and I did record this so you can rewatch it again. But if you will actually put what he says into action and do this stuff, don't just let it sit in your notebooks, actually put it to action. This will absolutely help you. And this was great advice. And I thank you so much for doing this for us. I think everybody here is very grateful.
You got it. You got it, guys. Well, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for having me again. God bless you guys. And hopefully we'll see you guys real soon.
Very good. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Have a good night.